Hi, this is Tom B. of Old Tom's Wormery. Today is Friday, day 46 of the 2x2 CFT. I wanted to show you today how the bin handled this week's feeding. You recall on Monday, day 42, I gave it a feeding down the middle. So we'll take a look at it. We'll show what happens as I play with or don't play with the bed during the week. And then I find that the bed is running kind of wet because I'm adding so much food. Food being food scraps, vegetable scraps. They carry a lot of water even if they've been pressed for juicing. So I am going to add some dry bedding. I want some dry bedding to soak up some of that moisture. The worms like it wet, but when it comes time to harvest, it'll just make it difficult to harvest. So let's take advantage of the fact it's wet, add some bedding. I won't add food this time because the bed already includes a lot of food and I'll be stirring in that center portion. So we'll just add bedding and we'll see how it looks on Monday. All right, let's take a quick peek and stir around. All right, pitching the camera down. All right, moving the worm blankets. And you'll see that the worms are across the top of the bed. On Monday and Tuesday, the worms weren't across the center portion. On Wednesday, it heated up, but on Thursday, the heat broke. And on Friday, right starting early this morning, the worms are crawling all around it. We haven't looked to see are the worms crawling inside of it. It'll be neat to see. I notice right here is a nice cocoon. So my worms are trying to make babies. And it's nice bright yellow, shows you it's nice and fresh. We'd be able to find more in here. So let's see, down the side, we have worms, all kind of through it. Down the other side, again, fair amount of worms. And down the middle, one thing I was going to show you is there's a slight difference visible here where I've been playing with it all week. It's shrunk a little. Here where I haven't touched it, it's still humped up fairly freshly. So here you see worms mating. Okay, so clearly these guys are in the mood. They're having plenty of food and they're now mature, and so they're going to be making more cocoons for me. So here's the section I've been playing with, and you can see that the worms are in among the food. Here where I haven't been playing with it, I can still feel just a touch of warmth at the bottom, and there's just not as many worms. And that tells me that the worms actually do like where the bedding, and you can see here on the end, where the bedding is mixed in with the food. So I am generally a stirring kind of person. I like to fluff the bin, and I clearly see benefits to the worms. So I'm going to give it a quick toss, and we'll throw on some fresh dry bedding. Stir that in a bit so it's got a chance to soak up some moisture, and let it go till Monday. So here we go. Yeah, it doesn't feel too wet, but it is dripping out the bottom some. And this gives me a chance to bust up any of these lumps of food, get them stirred in. If you go to my website, you'll see this bin. And also if you go on YouTube and actually watch the videos, you'll see the whole progress of this. I've done quite a few of these little videos, this being only day 46. But I always wanted to see somebody really run a CFT, and sometimes you want to be the change you want to see. So that looks to be between 1 inch and 2 inches of bedding. We'll give it again a toss so the food will be around. It's going to be kind of thick on bedding. I maybe added a little too much bedding, but the nice part is these are worms. Worms are robust little creatures, respond well to good conditions of lots of food and bedding. Bedding typically, since this is aged bedding, will still run cool. I will check it to make sure it stays cool. Stick my fingers in there. And the exciting part is, every time you do this, next time you open the bin, it's like Christmas. It's like opening a present. What have the worms done? How did they react? So I will lay the worm blanket across, and then we'll show you again on Monday. See you then.